My name is Rachel Carter. I'm 32 years old, and I'm a mother of 5. All my children are from the same man, Daniel. We met when we were just 18. He was my first, and I foolishly believed he'd be my last. We met at a community college mixer. Nothing romantic, just folding chairs, cheap cupcakes, and music from someone's dusty boombox. But when he walked up to me and said, "Wanna dance?" something in me whispered, "This is it." A year later, I got pregnant. My parents exploded. My mum screamed that I had destroyed my future. My dad said nothing. He never did. Only my grandma took my hand and whispered, "A child isn't the end. It's the beginning. Just don't expect it to be easy." Daniel dropped out to work in construction. I stayed in school, graduated, and found a job as a cook in a school cafeteria. We lived in a small Alabama town, in a trailer on the edge of his mother's land. No running water, no heating except a space heater, and the bathroom was outside. But we had love, and that was heat enough. Elijah was born when I was 19. Then came Maya. 2 years later, Jacob, and then, unexpectedly, twins, Zoe and Zion. 5 kids by 27. Insanity, some would say. But I was happy, even when there wasn't enough of anything. No rest, no money, no silence. But we had each other. Daniel worked up north in Michigan, long stretches away, weeks at a time. He sent money. Not much, but enough. When he came back, the kids would rush him like puppies. He'd swing them up in the air, kiss me. We'd have our daddy's home celebration. Frozen pizza, hot cocoa, cartoons until bedtime. And then everything fell apart. It was November. Bitter cold. I was chopping onions when my phone rang. I thought it was Daniel, maybe saying he was on his way back. But the voice was strange. "Ma'am, are you Rachel Carter? Your husband, Daniel? There was a highway accident. I'm sorry, he didn't make it." I dropped the knife. It clattered against the floor. I didn't scream at first. I just froze. And then I wailed, deep and guttural. The kids came running. Elijah, my oldest, asked quietly, "Mama, is Daddy up in heaven now? Like Grandpa?" The funeral was a blur. People brought casseroles and hollow words. "Stay strong. He was such a good man. God's plan." His mother, Patricia, barely looked at me. After everyone left, she came up and whispered, "You wore him out. 5 kids. He worked himself to death for you. This is your fault." 2 weeks later, she took me to court. The trailer, the only roof we'd ever had on, was in her name. Even though we built it up together, sweat and all. The judge, tired-eyed and cold, listened to us both. Then he slammed the gavel. "Eviction granted." 30 days, I cried. I begged. I wrote to the mayor's office, posted online. People said, "Why'd you have so many kids if you couldn't take care of them? This is America. Pull yourself up." Even my best friend stopped calling. No one wanted to deal with a widowed woman and 5 kids. We slept in my old minivan for a while. The kids curled up in the back seat, I in the driver's seat, wrapped in their jackets. The windows froze over by morning. Each day, I'd drag them into town hall, beg for help, shelter, anything. "We're at capacity," they said. "There's a wait list. Maybe consider giving the children to family." I had no family. We found an abandoned shack by the woods. Someone said it was empty. I broke a window. That's where we stayed. No lights, no water, no stove. We burned junk in a steel drum. Elijah chopped branches. Maya boiled snow. I made soup from bones and potato peels. One morning, 2 social workers came. A woman with icy eyes and a man who wouldn't look me in the face. "Where do they sleep? What do they eat? Is there running water?" I didn't answer. I just held Zoe, who had a fever and wouldn't stop coughing. A week later, a paper came, Child Protective Services. Emergency removal due to unsafe conditions. They came with officers. I screamed, I fought. Elijah clung to my arm and cried, "Mama, don't let them take us. I'll work. I'll cook." They tore them from me. All 5. Loaded into different cars, split apart. Scattered across the state. I stood alone in the empty shack, arms outstretched. Then I collapsed. I didn't eat for 3 days. Tried to hang myself. The belt snapped. I fell hard. Lay on the floor, gasping. I thought, if I die, they'll forget me. If I live, maybe they'll find me. So I lived. I worked. Anything I could find. Janitor, dishwasher, factory night shifts, 16 hours a day. I rented a basement, then a room, then a 1-bedroom apartment. I painted the walls, bought bunk beds, clean pillows, a rug with stars on it. Then I started fighting, letters, calls, petitions, training, parenting classes, proof of income, photos of beds, court dates, government inspections, years of humiliation. After 2 years, I got Maya and Jacob back. The other 3 were gone, permanently adopted. No notifications, no consent needed. The judge shrugged. They're placed. You're stable now, but they've bonded elsewhere. It would be traumatic to uproot them again. I collapsed outside the courtroom. Elijah had been sent to northern Indiana. Zoe and Zion adopted into separate households in different counties. Their last names were changed. All contact was sealed. It was over. Maya became silent. Jacob wet the bed. I held them at night and whispered promises I didn't believe. We'll find them. I swear I never stopped searching. I sent letters to adoption agencies, filled out every lost child registry, called people late at night, begging for leads. No one helped. Some hung up. One woman said, "You should be grateful they got new families." I worked harder. Opened a cleaning business, took on night jobs, saved money, bought a used laptop, joined a mother's support group. 5 years passed. One October evening I came home from work. It was drizzling, cold. My hands were numb. And then I saw it. An envelope. No return address. Inside. "Mom, it's Elijah. I found you. I'm coming." I couldn't breathe, couldn't eat, couldn't sleep. I stared at the door every night. And then he came. Knock, knock. I opened it. A tall boy stood there, shivering, thin, wide-eyed. "Mama!" I collapsed into him. Maya cried. Jacob hugged him so tight I thought they'd fall. He told us everything. How his adoptive mum burned my photos, beat him, told him I was a drug addict. He'd run away 3 times. Each time they brought him back. At 15, he started digging through files. He hacked the state portal. Found our old address, took a bus. Now he's with us. He works. He cooks breakfast. He writes poetry. We are still looking for Zoe and Zion. But every night I whisper to the stars, "I found one." That means I can find them all. Morale. You can lose your home, your job, your family. The world can spit on you, judges can silence you, and people will turn away. But if your heart still beats, someone might knock on your door one day and say, "Mom, I found you."